Episode 56 XW September 17, 2024. NYT September 25th event. Brazil fires. Kenya air quality monitors launched. In episode 56 XW 1 United States 2 California 3 Connecticut 4 Indiana 5 Massachusetts 6 Minnesota 7 New York. September 25th, 2024 New York Times Virtual Climate Forward Event. 8 Oregon 9 Pennsylvania 10 Texas 11 Brazil. New York Times Climate Forward Newsletter. The fires that could reshape the Amazon. Large parts of Brazil, a country that holds over a tenth of the world's freshwater, are on fire. 12C United Kingdom Scotland. Sept view this as an argument at an American MAGA belligerence level promotes continued polluting wood burning in Scotland. The Scotland wood burners seem to be projecting their own contemptuous attitude to their near neighbors who only suffer from the air pollution of wood burning and are only asking for relief and the ability to breathe clean air. 13 Europe and Germany. EarthCare's LiDAR shows particles in the atmosphere in detail. 14 Ukraine Luhansk. Dead wood burns in temporarily occupied Luhansk region. Russians block road. 15A Kenya Nairobi. Boost to Nairobi's healthcare as air quality monitors launched at Mama Lucy Hospital. 16 India 17 Pakistan 18 p.m. 2.5 and human health. Main content. 1 United States. Sept view chicken wings with bones are legally allowed to be advertised as boneless. Boneless chicken wings can have bones. On July 25, 2024, the Ohio Supreme Court said in a 4-3 verdict against a patron who sued a restaurant after swallowing a bone from a boneless wing. The court ruled that boneless doesn't guarantee that there will be no bones in a chicken wing. From the article. Are smokeless fire pits really smokeless? A fire pit designer reveals all. Excerpts edited by Sept for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization. Homes and Gardens. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a wood-burning fire pit that doesn't produce any smoke at all. September 15, 2024. Smokeless fire pits are all over the market. However, they are not entirely smokeless. The big marketing claims are not quite what they seem. Smokeless fire pits use a double wall structure with strategically placed vent holes that allow for better airflow. Air is drawn into the base and heated as it moves between the double walls. This preheated air is then reintroduced at the top of the fire, creating a secondary combustion. The secondary combustion burns off smoke particles that would otherwise be released into the air. However, that doesn't mean there's no smoke at all. Some smoke is inevitable due to the combustion of organic material. Sept view a low-cost under $300 Purple Air PM2.5 monitor owned by a near neighbor of a wood burner would prove the level of PM2.5 emitted by a wood stove allowed by law to be labeled smokeless. Sept view is that the PM2.5 level would be above Environmental Protection Agency, National Ambient Air Quality Standards, EPA NOx, or World Health Organization WHO levels of 5 micrograms per cubic meter of air polluting PM2.5 annually. Wood burning emits 90% PM2.5 particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Just don't burn wood to begin with. Solar stoves and even propane gas stoves emit no or lower levels of PM2.5 than wood burning. Wood burning emits 2.8 times the CO2 and PM2.5 as coal burning. Wood burning emits 450 times the PM2.5 as natural gas burning. These statistics are from testing the cleanest burning wood stove in the United Kingdom, the Eco-Design Indoor Residential Wood Stove. 2A California Big Bear Lake. The air quality in Big Bear suddenly reached hazardous levels this week. What happened? Phys.org on Wednesday. Big Bear's AQI for fine particulate matter, or PM2.5, reached a breathtaking daily average of 593. The reading was the third highest. 2B California Los Angeles. Cooler weather in Southern California helps in wildfire battle. Kellerland. The Bridge fire east of Los Angeles has burned 81 square miles, 210 square kilometers, torched at least 33 homes and 6 cabins, and forced the 2C California Santa Clarita. Smoke advisory continues due to multiple wildfires. KHDS radio. Avoid burning wood in your fireplace or fire pit and minimize sources of indoor air pollution such as candles, incense, pan frying, and grilling. 3 Connecticut Norwalk. Official Norwalk residents escape house fire on Boxwood Road. CT Insider. Residents of a Boxwood Road home in Norwalk escaped an early morning fire that they were alerted to by working smoke detectors, an official said. 4 Indiana Bend in Marshall County. Burn ban put in place for Marshall County Monday. ABC 57 open burning of any kind using conventional fuel such as wood or other combustible material with the exception of grills fueled by charcoal. 5A Massachusetts Salem. Please note smell of smoke/brush fires in Salem area. Wood Salem. The Salem Fire Department has been addressing a brush fire that has been burning on and off over the last week in the woods on the Salem Peabody. 5B Massachusetts Salem. Smoke alert. Brush fire burns in woods along Salem Peabody Lynn Line. MSN Salem, Massachusetts. North Shore residents may be smelling smoke and seeing a touch of haze in the air early this week as brush fires burn in the woods. 6A Minnesota Duluth. Crews begin to contain fire in BWCAW News Weather and Sports from Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth News Tribune. ELY crews battling the Wood Lake fire burning in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness made progress containing the 27-acre fire Saturday. 6B Minnesota Duluth. Crews begin to contain fire in BWCAW News Weather and Sports from Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth News Tribune. ELY crews battling the Wood Lake fire burning in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness made progress containing the 27-acre fire Saturday. 7 New York. September 25, 2024 New York Times Virtual Climate Forward Event. The New York Times Climate Forward Newsletter. September 17, 2024. Excerpts edited by Sept for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization. Speakers at the Climate Forward event will include clockwise from top left, Al Roker, Jesper Broden, Marcus Samuelson, Roy Cooper, Jane Goodall, and Vicky Holub. Join us for the Times' Climate Forward Conference on September 25, 2024. The New York Times will bring together newsmakers, innovators, activists, scientists, and policymakers for an all-day live journalism event examining the actions needed to confront climate change. Register for the live stream here. It's free for subscribers and you will get an email reminder and a link to the livestream sent to you on the day of the event. Sessions will include interviews with Al Roker feature and weather anchor of the Today Show and co-host, third hour of Today. Ali Zaidi, President Biden's National Climate Advisor. Jane Goodall, founder of the Jane Goodall Institute and United Nations Messenger of Peace. Jesper Brodin, Chief Executive of Inca Group IKEA. Kevin D. Roberts, President of the Heritage Foundation and Heritage Action for America. Michael Oppenheimer, Professor of Geosciences and International Affairs, Princeton University. Michael S. Reagan, Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of Guyana. Mohammed Yunus, Nobel Laureate and Chief Advisor of the Government of Bangladesh. R.J. Scaringe, Founder and Chief Executive Rivian. Roy Cooper, Governor of North Carolina. Ryan Gellert, Chief Executive of Patagonia. Stefan Romsdorf, Professor of Physics of the Oceans, Potsdam University. Vicky Holla, President and Chief Executive of Occidental Petroleum. 8. Oregon, Portland. Recent fire shows effectiveness of BPA's fire-resistant wrap on wood poles. American Public Power Association. The effectiveness of a fire-resistant wrap on Bonneville Power Administration wood poles was exhibited during the Wacoa-Swawilla fire in late July. 9. Pennsylvania, low natural gas prices. New York Times Climate Forward Newsletter. September 17, 2024. Big energy issue in Pennsylvania is low natural gas prices, not fracking. Energy businesses and farmers in western Pennsylvania are struggling because of prices, an issue that has not figured prominently in the campaigns of Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris. 10. Texas, San Angelo. 2 children injured in Wildwood Apartments fire building. Evacuated San Angelo live. A structure fire at the Wildwood Apartments has been extinguished, though residents are being evacuated as a precaution. 11. Brazil. New York Times Climate Forward Newsletter. The fires that could reshape the Amazon. Large parts of Brazil, a country that holds over a tenth of the world's freshwater, are on fire. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization. September 17, 2024. Brazilian fire areas include vast areas of the Amazon rainforest and the Pantanal, the world's largest wetlands, as well as the Cerrado grasslands and the Atlantic forests along the country's eastern coast. The number of fires in the country has more than doubled compared with last year, burning an area the size of Costa Rica in August alone. Smoke covered large parts of South America this month and blackened the skies of some of the region's biggest cities, including Buenos Aires, Sao Paulo, Brazil, and La Paz, Bolivia. Black rain from the soot produced by the fires has fallen over cities in several states in Brazil in the past few days. In much of Brazil, fire season usually peaks this time of the year as farmers set fire to pasture and burn recently deforested plots to clear them of unwanted vegetation. But blazes have unleashed a lot more destruction this year. Though experts say many of the fires were very likely started by humans, the abundance of dry vegetation fueled immense blazes that grew out of control in extraordinary ways. Almost half of the fires in the Amazon burned pristine forests, according to data from Brazil's National Institute for Space Research. That is far from typical. It means fighting deforestation in the Amazon is no longer enough to stop fires. This matters because it shows that the fire control practices in some of the world's most biodiverse places are not working. The collapse of the Amazon rainforest could release the equivalent of as much as 20 years' worth of global carbon emissions into the atmosphere. Deforestation and fires. The drought-depleted Madeira River, a tributary of the Amazon in Humeda, Amazonas state, on September 7, 2024. Deforestation is still a big problem in South America. The Cerrado grasslands in the east of Brazil continue to lose much of their tree cover as farmers plant soy crops that can cover areas as big as whole cities. And while deforestation in the Amazon rainforest has slowed, it is still happening at a faster pace than the forest recovery rate. A study from 2018 showed that when there is drought in the Amazon, fires can increase even when deforestation goes down. Weather patterns will change soon as La Nina, which cools the Pacific. Humans are still burning fossil fuels that heat up the atmosphere. We may lose the Pantanal by the end of the century. The bark on Amazonian forest trees is thin, unlike that of redwood trees and sequoias, so even a little fire can kill them. The types of Amazonian plants that can grow back after fires aren't the majestic trees we associate with the rainforest, but scrubbier ones that grow and die fast and hold a lot less planet-warming carbon in their trunks. Even 30 years after fire, the burned forest still has 25% less carbon than a forest that never burned. 12A. United Kingdom, Birmingham. UK households who have fireplaces face £1,300 fine for lighting it this autumn. Birmingham Live. Andrea Lee from the charity said, pollution from wood burning is a growing source of fine particulate matter pollution in some areas, which is a 12B. United Kingdom, Camden. Climate emergency. Camden on Ed Miliband subsidizing Draxham and High. As hundreds of scientists point out, wood burned for energy emits more carbon up smokestacks than using fossil fuels. They warn that burning wood. 12C. United Kingdom, Scotland. Rozep view this as an argument at an American MAGA belligerence level promotes continued polluting wood burning in Scotland. The Scotland wood burners seem to be projecting their own contemptuous attitude to their near neighbors who only suffer from the air pollution of wood burning and are only asking for relief and the ability to breathe clean air. If Scottish wood burners feel that they are being shown contempt for polluting the air, perhaps they should examine their behavior. Is it contemptible to pollute the air unnecessarily, risking the health and lives of near neighbors with wood burners' unnecessary wood burning? The answer may very well be yes, it is contemptible to pollute the air unnecessarily, although near neighbors are not saying the quiet part out loud. A carrot is being offered to current indoor residential wood burners who pollute the air of their near neighbors. There are alternatives to wood burning for home heating in rural areas in Scotland in 2024, such as heat pump rebates and tax credits that make heat pumps very low cost or free. Heat pumps work down to 40 degrees below zero, run on electricity, and lower monthly heat or cooling bills immediately. Electricity has been available to all rural areas for many decades in Scotland. From the article, SNP ban on wood burning stoves in new homes shows contempt for rural Scotland. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization. MSN and SNP ban on wood burning stoves in new homes has been condemned as an attack on rural Scotland. Under regulations introduced this month aimed at 13 Europe and Germany. Earth CARES LiDAR shows particles in the atmosphere in detail. European measurement. Informationsdienstwissenschaft. Wood burning. The laser emits short pulses of ultraviolet light which are reflected by atmospheric targets and analyzed in a highly sensitive. 14 Ukraine Luhansk. Dead wood burns in temporarily occupied Luhansk region. Russians block road. Ukraine form. Dead wood is burning in the temporarily occupied Luhansk region. Russians have blocked the highway and the military is involved in extinguishing. 15A Kenya Nairobi. Boost to Nairobi's healthcare as air quality monitors launched at Mama Lucy Hospital. Africa Science News. These monitors will track harmful pollutants including black carbon and particulate matter, PM 2.5, which can penetrate the lungs and bloodstream. 15B Kenya. End of fireplaces drives demand for efficient wood burners business daily. Many Kenyans are opting for modern wood burners that are a work of art and offer cleaner combustion and better heat distribution. Kenya. Rozep view lame excuses for continued polluting wood burning continue. Just stop burning wood to begin with and use natural gas as this article suggests. From the article. End of fireplaces drives demand for efficient wood burners business daily. Smoke-free option. While gas fire pits may not provide as much heat as their wood burning counterparts, they still offer the ambience of an open. 16A India. India's urban air pollution crisis need of urgent and innovative actions. Countercurrents. PM 2.5 was found to be 20 times more than the standard set by the World Health Organization. The report said that among the 10 most polluted 16 be India Chennai. Study shows Chennai's air pollution far exceeds whose standards the Hindu. Among these particles with a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers known as fine particles or PM 2.5 represent the highest health risk. 16C India Mumbai. Mumbai and Bengaluru air quality worsens while Delhi's improves. Find out why MSN PM 2.5 is a fine particulate matter less than 2.5 microns in diameter that can cause serious health problems since these particles being less. 17 Pakistan Gilgit-Baltistan. Environment burning through the woods. Newspaper Dawn.com Dawn. But this migration is preceded by a frenzy to collect firewood resulting in deforestation. Bracing for winters. As the summer season is about to draw, the shepherds of Gilgit-Baltistan's Latobo meadows migrate to gentler climes during winters. But this migration is preceded by 18 PM 2.5 and long-term health effects. How wildfire smoke exposure is measured doesn't capture long-term health effects, and Medical Express wildfires produce fine particulate matter or PM 2.5 that chokes the air and penetrates deep into lungs. Researchers know that short-term exposure to